Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden history and surprising values of America's most collectible coins. Today we're taking a close look at one of the most first-up top 7 overlooked coins in U.S. pocket change, the 1965 Jefferson Nickel. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary 5-cent coin, but many collectors wonder whether this historic nickel could be worth far more than its face value. In this video, we'll explore its fascinating history, unique design, why it has no mint mark, how to identify an extra fine example, today's market value, and the rare varieties that can sell for impressive prices. Make sure you watch until the end because you may discover that the nickel sitting in your coin jar deserves a much closer look. The year 1965 marked an important turning point in American coinage. During the mid-1960s, the United States experienced a nationwide coin shortage. People began hoarding silver coins because the value of the silver inside them was increasing. To keep coins circulating, the U.S. Mint made several important changes. Silver was removed from dimes and quarters, and mint marks were temporarily eliminated from circulating coins. That means every regular 1965 Jefferson nickel was produced without a mint mark, regardless of where it was struck. This unusual decision makes the 1965 issue an interesting piece of American numismatic history. The Jefferson nickel itself has been part of American coinage since 1938. It replaced the Buffalo nickel and features the image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The coin was designed by renowned sculptor Felix Schlag, whose classic portrait remained on the coin for many decades. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home, symbolizing his architectural achievements and his lasting influence on American history. Like all standard Jefferson nickels of the era, the 1965 coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a smooth edge. Because it contains no silver, its value depends primarily on its condition, rarity, and whether it displays any unusual minting errors. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson faces left with the word Liberty and the date 1965 displayed beside his portrait. The national motto "In God We Trust" appears along the left side. Felix Schlag's portrait captures Jefferson with remarkable detail, making even circulated examples attractive to collectors. The reverse showcases the iconic image of Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. Above the building appears EPLURIBUSUNUM, while the inscriptions Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America complete the design. Collectors often pay close attention to the steps leading to Monticello because sharply defined steps indicate a stronger strike and higher quality coin. Now let's discuss what extra fine XF condition means. An extra fine 1965 Jefferson nickel has seen light circulation but still retains much of its original detail. Jefferson's hair remains well defined. Facial features are clear, and only slight wear appears on the highest points. On the reverse, Monticello displays crisp architectural details, and most of the steps remain visible. Although the coin has been used, it still possesses excellent eye appeal. So how much is a 1965 Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition worth today? Most examples are common because hundreds of millions were produced. As a result, a typical extra fine specimen usually sells for between 5 cents and about 25 cents, depending on eye appeal and market demand. While that may not sound exciting, collectors still enjoy adding attractive examples to complete Jefferson nickel albums. However, value can increase dramatically under certain circumstances. Coins that remain in mint state condition, showing no wear and preserving their original luster, command much stronger prices. High-grade certified examples with exceptional strikes and attractive surfaces can sell for many hundreds of dollars, while the very finest known examples have achieved significantly higher auction prices because of their rarity. Another reason collectors search through rolls of 1965 nickels is the possibility of discovering valuable mint errors. Mint errors occur during the production process and create coins that differ from normal issues. One popular variety is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing because the coin blank was not properly aligned during striking. Depending on the amount of the off-center error, these coins can bring substantial premiums. Collectors also search for double die errors, where parts of the lettering or design appear doubled because of a misalignment during die production. Genuine doubled dies are scarce and highly collectible. Their value depends on the strength of the doubling and the overall condition of the coin. Another interesting error is the clipped planchet, where a section of the coin is missing because the blank was improperly cut from the metal strip before striking. These unusual-looking nickels are popular among error collectors and can sell for much more than ordinary circulated examples. Some collectors also examine coins for die cracks, die chips, and other striking abnormalities. While small die cracks may only add modest value, dramatic examples that create unusual appearances often attract considerable collector interest. Every error coin tells a unique story about the minting process. When evaluating your own 1965 Jefferson nickel, begin by examining it under good lighting with a magnifying glass. Look for strong details in Jefferson's hair, sharp lettering, and clear architectural features on Monticello. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can permanently damage the surface and significantly reduce collector value. Even if a coin appears dull or tarnished, its natural surfaces are generally preferred by experienced collectors. If you believe you have an exceptionally well-preserved example or an unusual error, consider having it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service. Professional grading provides an independent opinion of authenticity and condition, helping buyers and sellers establish fair market value. The 1965 Jefferson nickel may not be made of silver, but it represents an important chapter in American coin history. It reflects a time when the United States faced a coin shortage and introduced major changes to circulating coinage. Because of these historical circumstances, the 1965 nickel continues to hold a special place in many collections. Searching for valuable nickels is also one of the most affordable ways to enter the hobby of coin collecting. Rolls from banks, inherited collections, estate sales, and even everyday pocket change can still produce interesting discoveries. While most 1965 nickels are common, every collector knows that the excitement comes from never knowing what the next coin might reveal. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or just beginning your collecting journey, learning to identify condition, varieties, and mint errors will help you appreciate coins far beyond their face value. Every Jefferson nickel carries a story of American history, craftsmanship, and the people who used it in everyday commerce over the decades. Thank you for watching today's video about the 1965 Jefferson nickel. We hope you enjoyed learning about its history, design, extra fine value, and the rare errors that collectors search for every day. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another exciting coin discovery. Share this video with fellow collectors, and before you spend another 5-cent coin, take a closer look. You never know when an ordinary-looking nickel could become the hidden treasure in your collection. Happy collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next up, the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel, one of the most recognizable 5-cent coins in American history. While millions of these coins were produced, many collectors still wonder whether a 1975 D nickel found in pocket change could be worth more than its face value. In this video, we'll explore the history of this coin, its design, the meaning of the Denver mint mark, its value and extra fine condition, and what special features or rare errors could make certain examples much more valuable. If you enjoy learning about rare and valuable U.S. coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another exciting coin story. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. The United States Mint wanted a new design that honored one of America's most influential founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The coin's reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home, symbolizing his lasting contribution to American history. By 1975, the Jefferson nickel had already become one of the most widely used coins in everyday commerce, making it a familiar sight in cash registers, vending machines, and pockets across the country. The 1975 D. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small D mint mark located on the obverse of the coin to the right of Jefferson's portrait. During 1975, the Denver Mint produced more than 400 million Jefferson nickels to meet the nation's demand for circulating coins. Because such a large number were minted, most surviving examples are common today. However, finding one with sharp details, minimal wear, and attractive surfaces is becoming more difficult as the decades pass. Coins that have been carefully preserved are naturally more desirable to collectors. The obverse of the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson designed by Felix Schlag. Around the portrait are the inscriptions Liberty, the date 1975, the motto In God We Trust, and the Denver Mint mark. The reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's famous estate, along with the inscriptions EPLURIBUSUNUM, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Although the design appears simple, it represents an important part of American heritage and has remained one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage. Collectors often judge a coin's condition using the Sheldon grading scale. An extra fine, or XF, 1975 D. Jefferson nickel shows only light wear on the highest points of Jefferson's hair, cheek, and the steps of Monticello. Most of the original design details remain sharp, and the coin still has an attractive appearance despite years of circulation. Extra fine coins are much more desirable than heavily worn examples because they preserve much of the original craftsmanship from the United States Mint. Now let's discuss the value. A standard 1975 D. Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition is generally worth between 5 cents and about 20 cents, depending on its eye appeal, surface quality, and current collector demand. Although this may seem disappointing to those hopping for a valuable treasure, it is important to remember that most circulating coins are valued according to their rarity and condition. Since the 1975 D nickel was produced in enormous quantities, ordinary circulated examples remain common even after many decades. However, that doesn't mean every 1975 D Jefferson nickel is ordinary. Some coins become highly collectible because of minting errors or unusual die varieties. Collectors search for doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, clip planchets, broad strikes, and other striking mistakes. These error coins are significantly scarcer than normal examples and can sell for many times their face value. In addition, certain rare varieties identified by professional grading services have attracted strong interest from advanced collectors. Coins with dramatic and clearly visible mint errors often command impressive prices at auctions. Another factor that greatly influences value is the quality of preservation. Uncirculated examples that retain their original mint luster and display sharp strike details can be worth several dollars, while premium mint state coins certified by professional grading companies may sell for much higher prices. Collectors especially appreciate nickels with strong details on Monticello and clean, mark-free surfaces. professional certification by respected grading services can also increase buyer confidence and help establish a coin's market value. If you own a 1975 D Jefferson Nickel, examine it carefully under good lighting. Look for unusual doubling in the lettering, off-center strikes, missing design elements, or other noticeable mint errors. Compare the coin with verified examples from reliable numismatic references if you suspect something unusual. Avoid cleaning the coin, since cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce its collector value. If you believe your coin is a rare variety or an exceptional high-grade example, consider having it evaluated by a professional coin dealer or grading service. In conclusion, the 1975 D Jefferson Nickel is an interesting part of American coinage history. While most examples found in extra fine condition are worth only a small premium over face value, they remain enjoyable collectibles that represent the everyday money used by millions of Americans during the mid-1970s. The real excitement comes from searching for rare mint errors, outstanding uncirculated examples, or unusual varieties that can be worth far more than ordinary coins. Every coin tells a story, and every collection begins with a single discovery. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. Happy collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next up, the 1977 D Jefferson Nickel, one of America's most widely used 5-cent coins. At first glance, this coin may seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but many collectors wonder whether it could be worth more than its face value. In today's video, we'll explore the history of the 1977 D Jefferson Nickel, its beautiful design, the significance of the Denver mint mark, how to identify an extra fine example, its value in today's market, and the rare errors that can make some of these coins much more valuable. Stay with us until the end because you might discover that the nickel sitting in your change jar deserves a closer look. The Jefferson Nickel has been an important part of American coinage since 1938, when it replaced the famous Buffalo nickel. The United States Mint introduced the new design to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and one of the nation's most influential founding fathers. Jefferson was chosen because of his tremendous contributions to American democracy and his authorship of the Declaration of Independence. The reverse of the coin features Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia estate, symbolizing his legacy and lifelong dedication to education, architecture, and public service. The 1977 D Jefferson Nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest minting facilities in the United States. The small D mint mark appears on the obverse of the coin beside Jefferson's portrait, identifying it as a Denver issue. During 1977, hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels were produced to satisfy the nation's need for circulating coins. Because of this enormous production, the 1977 D nickel is considered a common-date coin. Nevertheless, collectors continue searching for well-preserved examples, attractive strikes, and unusual mint errors that can significantly increase a coin's value. The obverse of the coin features the familiar left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. Around the portrait appear the inscriptions "In God We Trust," Liberty, the date 1977, and the Denver Mint mark. The reverse displays the elegant image of Monticello along with the inscriptions EPLURIBUSUNUM, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. Although the design remained largely unchanged for decades, it became one of the most recognizable coin designs in the United States, admired for its classic appearance and historical significance. Collectors judge coins by their condition, and one popular grade is extra fine, often abbreviated XF. A 1977 D Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition shows only light wear on the highest points of Jefferson's hair and cheek, while retaining nearly all of the original design details. The steps of Monticello should still be visible, and the lettering should remain bold and clear. Although the coin has seen circulation, it still presents an attractive appearance and is much more desirable than heavily worn examples. Now let's discuss today's market value. A normal 1977D Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition is generally worth about 5 to 25 cents, depending on its overall appearance and collector demand. Because so many were produced, circulated examples are usually inexpensive. However, attractive coins with minimal marks, original surfaces, and sharp details may bring slightly higher prices from collectors who are assembling high-quality Jefferson nickel collections. The real excitement begins when collectors discover rare mint errors. Some 1977D Jefferson Nickels were struck with unusual mistakes during the minting process. These include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, doubled dies, broad strikes, and other striking errors. Depending on the type and severity of the error, these coins can be worth anywhere from several dollars to hundreds of dollars. Rare, dramatic errors authenticated by professional grading services are especially popular among advanced collectors and often sell for impressive prices. Another important factor affecting value is the coin's preservation. Coins that remain in mint state with their original mint luster are considerably more valuable than circulated examples. Professional grading services carefully evaluate the coin's strike, surface preservation, luster, and eye appeal before assigning an official grade. High-grade certified coins are much scarcer than ordinary circulated examples and often command premium prices because collectors appreciate their exceptional quality and originality. If you believe you have a valuable 1977D Jefferson nickel, examine it carefully using a magnifying glass under bright lighting. Look closely for doubling in the lettering or date, unusual cracks in the design, off-center strikes, or other visible minting errors. Never clean your coin, as cleaning can permanently damage its surface and reduce its value. If your nickel appears to have an unusual variety or significant mint error, consider having it evaluated by an experienced coin dealer or submitted to a professional grading service for authentication. In conclusion, the 1977D Jefferson Nickel is an interesting and historic American coin that continues to attract collectors. While most examples in extra fine condition are worth only a small premium over face value, typically between 5 and 25 cents, they remain enjoyable collectibles and an important part of the Jefferson Nickel series. The greatest value lies in finding exceptional uncirculated coins or genuine Mintera varieties that are much scarcer than ordinary circulation strikes. Every coin has a story to tell, and every collector's journey begins with a single discovery. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. Happy collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next up, the 1974D Jefferson Nickel, a 5-cent coin struck at the Denver Mint. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary coin, but many collectors still search through rolls of nickels looking for outstanding examples, rare errors, and high-grade pieces that can be worth much more than face value. So, before you spend another 1974D Jefferson Nickel, watch this video until the end because you may learn exactly what makes one coin more valuable than another. The Jefferson Nickel has been part of American history since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. The coin honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, while the reverse features his famous Virginia home, Monticello. By 1974, the Jefferson Nickel had become one of the most widely used coins in the United States. The Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of 1974D nickels to meet the nation's demand for circulating coinage. Because so many were struck, most examples found today are common. However, condition, eye appeal, and rare mint errors can make a significant difference in value. One of the easiest ways to identify this coin is by looking for the small D mint mark on the obverse, just to the right of Jefferson's portrait near the date. The D tells you the coin was produced at the Denver Mint in Colorado. Like other Jefferson Nickels of the era, the coin is made from a copper-nickel alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a smooth edge. These specifications remained consistent for most modern Jefferson Nickels. Now let's talk about condition, because this is the most important factor affecting value. An extra fine, or XF, 1974 D Jefferson Nickel shows moderate wear from circulation, but many important design details remain sharp. Jefferson's hair still displays noticeable detail, and Monticello on the reverse retains strong architectural features. While the highest points show light wear, the overall appearance is attractive and well preserved. Collectors appreciate extra fine coins because they display much of their original design without the higher cost of uncirculated examples. So how much is a 1974 D Jefferson Nickel worth in extra fine condition? In today's market, a typical circulated extra fine example is usually worth around 5 to 10 cents, depending on demand and overall eye appeal. While this may not sound exciting, collectors often save these coins as affordable additions to Jefferson Nickel collections. Coins with unusually attractive surfaces, natural color, or exceptional preservation may sell for a bit more, especially if they appeal to collectors completing high-quality date-hand mint sets. The real excitement begins when collectors discover rare mint errors. Although most 1974 D nickels are ordinary, a small number were struck with unusual mistakes during the minting process. These include off-center strikes, clip planchets, die cracks, die breaks, double strikes, broad strikes, and occasional double die varieties. Error coins are highly collectible because they are much scarcer than normal circulation pieces. Depending on the type of error and its severity, values can range from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars. Another feature collectors pay close attention to is the quality of the steps on Monticello. Coins showing sharply defined steps are often called full steps examples. This designation is generally found on high-grade uncirculated coins rather than circulated extra fine pieces. Because producing fully detailed steps was difficult, collectors often pay substantial premiums for certified mint state full steps nickels. If you ever find a 1974 D nickel that appears exceptionally sharp and nearly flawless, it may be worth having it examined by a professional grading service. When searching through pocket change or bank rolls, take a few moments to inspect every 1974 D Jefferson nickel carefully. Look for unusual doubling in the lettering, off-center designs, missing details, or cracks in the dies that created raised lines on the coin. Also check for unusually bright original luster, minimal wear, and strong overall detail. Even if the coin is not extremely valuable, learning to identify different varieties and conditions is an enjoyable part of the coin collecting hobby. Proper storage is also important if you find a nice example. Never clean your coins, because cleaning can leave scratches and reduce collector value. Instead, place better coins in cardboard holders, plastic flips, or protective coin capsules to prevent further wear. Keeping coins dry and protected from moisture will help preserve their surfaces for years to come. The 1974 D Jefferson Nickel reminds us that every coin has a story. Although most examples in extra fine condition are worth only a small premium over face value, rare errors and exceptional mint state coins can command much higher prices. That is why collectors continue searching through rolls, collections, and pocket change every day. You never know when an ordinary-looking nickel might turn out to be an interesting variety or an impressive high-grade survivor. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1974 D Jefferson Nickel, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin guide. Share this video with friends and fellow collectors, and remember to keep checking your pocket change. Your next valuable discovery could already be waiting in your collection. Happy collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next up, the fascinating 1981 P. Jefferson Nickel, one of America's 5-cent coins that millions of people have handled over the years. At first glance, this coin may seem ordinary, but many collectors are surprised to learn that its value depends heavily on its condition, strike quality, and whether it has any rare mint errors. If you've ever wondered whether the 1981 P nickel in your pocket change is worth more than 5 cents, stay with us because today we'll explore its history, design, grading, and current market value in extra fine condition. The Jefferson Nickel has been a part of American coinage since 1938, replacing the famous Buffalo nickel. The new design honored Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features Jefferson's portrait on the front and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1981, the Jefferson nickel had already been in circulation for more than 4 decades and remained one of the most widely used coins in everyday commerce. The 1981 issue was produced during a period when the United States economy faced inflation and rising production costs, making this coin an important part of daily transactions across the country. The 1981 P. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Beginning in 1980, Philadelphia nickels started carrying the P mint mark, making 1981 one of the early years in which collectors could easily identify Philadelphia production. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs exactly 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge. Millions of these nickels were produced, meaning the coin is not considered rare by mintage alone. However, collectors still search for attractive examples with strong details and minimal wear. Let's talk about what makes an extra fine, or EF, condition coin special. A 1981 P. Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition has seen some circulation, but it still retains most of its original design details. Jefferson's hair shows only light wear, while the facial features remain sharp and well-defined. On the reverse, Monticello displays clear architectural details, and many of the steps are still visible, although they may not be completely separated. The lettering and date should be bold and easy to read, with only minor wear on the highest points of the design. Coins in this grade are attractive because they offer excellent detail without the high cost of uncirculated examples. So what is a 1981 P. Jefferson nickel worth today in extra fine condition? In today's collector market, most examples typically sell for around 5 to 30 cents, depending on overall eye appeal, luster, and demand. While that may not sound exciting, it demonstrates an important lesson in coin collecting. Condition is everything. A coin that has been heavily worn may be worth only face value, while one that has been carefully preserved can command a premium from collectors who are building high-quality sets. Although the standard 1981 P nickel is common, collectors should always inspect their coins carefully for mint errors. Valuable errors can include off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. These unusual mistakes occurred during the minting process and can make an otherwise ordinary nickel worth significantly more than its normal value. Depending on the rarity and condition of the error, some examples have sold for tens or even hundreds of dollars. Another feature collectors often seek is a strong strike. Jefferson nickels are known for weakly struck steps on Monticello. Coins with exceptionally sharp details are more desirable, especially in uncirculated grades. Professional grading services recognize the rare, full steps designation for nickels that show complete step detail on Monticello. While an extra fine coin will generally not qualify for this designation, Understanding what collectors look for can help you identify higher value examples. If you have a 1981 P. Jefferson nickel at home, examine it under good lighting with a magnifying glass. Check the date, the P mint mark, Jefferson's portrait, and the reverse design for unusual features or signs of mint errors. Avoid cleaning the coin, because cleaning can reduce its value. Even a common coin can become an important part of a collection when it remains in its original condition. The 1981 P. Jefferson nickel reminds us that every coin has a story. Although most examples in extra fine condition are worth only a small premium over face value, searching through pocket change remains one of the most enjoyable parts of coin collecting. Every collector dreams of discovering a rare variety or valuable error hidden among ordinary coins, and that excitement keeps the hobby alive. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin guide. Share this video with your fellow collectors, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found an interesting Jefferson nickel in your change. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next coin discovery be your best one yet. Next up, the 1996 D. Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent coin that millions of Americans used every day. Although it may appear to be an ordinary nickel, collectors know that a coin's value depends on much more than its face value. Factors such as condition, strike quality, mint errors, and collector demand can all influence how much a coin is worth. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and whether your 1996 D. Jefferson nickel could be worth more than 5 cents. The Jefferson nickel has been one of the longest-running coin series in United States history. It was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and was designed by sculptor Felix Schlag. The obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's famous Virginia home. For decades, this design remained one of the most recognizable images on American coinage, making the Jefferson nickel a favorite among collectors and history enthusiasts alike. The 1996 D. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark located to the right of Jefferson's portrait. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs exactly 5 grams, measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain edge. These specifications have remained nearly unchanged for decades, making the Jefferson nickel one of the most consistent coins produced by the United States Mint. Millions of 1996 D nickels were struck for circulation, making this a common date issue rather than a rare coin. However, collectors understand that rarity is only one part of the value equation. Coins preserved in excellent condition are much more desirable than heavily worn examples. This is why coin grading plays such an important role in determining value. Even common-date coins can attract collector interest if they have exceptional eye appeal or unusual mint errors. Now let's focus on the extra fine, or EF, grade. A 1996 D. Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition has experienced only light circulation. Jefferson's hair still shows strong detail, with only slight wear on the highest curls. His cheek, jawline, and coat remain sharp, while the lettering and date are bold and fully readable. On the reverse, Monticello retains most of its architectural detail, and many of the steps remain visible, although they may not all be completely separated. Overall, an extra fine coin looks attractive and well preserved, making it a popular choice for collectors who want quality without paying the premium prices of uncirculated examples. So, how much is a 1996 D. Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition worth today? In the current collector market, most examples typically sell for about 10 cents to 30 cents. Exceptionally attractive coins with original surfaces may sell for a little more, while worn examples generally remain worth only their face value. Although this may seem like a modest premium, many collectors enjoy assembling complete Jefferson nickel collections, creating steady demand for attractive examples. One exciting aspect of coin collecting is searching for mint errors. Even a common 1996 Jefferson nickel can become much more valuable if it displays a genuine minting mistake. Errors such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, broad strikes, or double dies are all collected by specialists. Depending on the type and severity of the error, values can range from several dollars to hundreds of dollars. Always examine both sides of your coin carefully under good lighting before assuming it is an ordinary nickel. Collectors also pay close attention to strike quality. Jefferson Nickels are known for weakly struck steps on Monticello. Coins with unusually sharp details are considered more desirable, especially in mint state grades. Although an extra fine coin normally will not qualify for the coveted full steps designation, understanding what collectors value can help you recognize coins that deserve closer inspection. If you think you have a nice 1996 Jefferson nickel, avoid cleaning it. Cleaning removes the original surface and often lowers a coin's collector value. Instead, store it safely in a coin holder or protective flip. If you discover an unusual error or believe your coin is in exceptional condition, consider having it examined by a professional coin dealer or submitted to a respected grading service. The 1996 Jefferson nickel reminds us that every coin has a story. While most examples in extra fine condition are worth only a small premium over face value, searching through rolls of nickels and pocket change remains one of the most enjoyable parts of coin collecting. Every coin you examine improves your knowledge, and one day that careful attention could lead you to an exciting discovery. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this guide to the 1996 Jefferson nickel, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin value update. Share this video with fellow collectors, and let us know in the comments whether you've ever found a valuable Jefferson nickel or an interesting mint error. Until next time, keep searching your pocket change, keep learning about coins, and happy collecting. Next coin, the 1989 Jefferson nickel, one of the most common 5-cent coins in the United States. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary pocket change coin worth only 5 cents. However, many collectors enjoy searching through these nickels because condition, mint errors, and special varieties can make certain examples much more desirable. If you have a 1989 Jefferson nickel in your collection or loose change, stay with us until the end because we'll discuss its history, design, extra fine condition, current market value, and the features that could increase its worth. The Jefferson Nickel series was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The coin honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The obverse features Jefferson's portrait, while the reverse displays his famous Virginia home, Monticello. The 1989 Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, and the small D mint mark appears on the obverse to the right of Jefferson's portrait. During 1989, the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of these nickels, making them very common in circulation today. Because of this high mintage, most examples remain affordable for beginning collectors. The 1989 Jefferson nickel is made from an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs exactly 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter with a plain edge. Designer Felix Schlag created the original Jefferson nickel design, and his work remained a familiar sight on American coinage for decades. Even though millions of these coins were produced, collectors still appreciate them because they represent an important part of modern American coin history. Many people began collecting coins by saving Jefferson nickels from everyday change. Now let's talk about the extra fine, or EF, condition. A 1989 D. Jefferson Nickel graded extra fine has seen light circulation but still retains most of its original design details. Jefferson's hair remains well defined, facial features are sharp, and the lettering is bold and easy to read. On the reverse, Monticello shows clear architectural details and many of the steps remain visible, although slight wear is expected. Coins in this condition are attractive to collectors because they balance affordability with strong eye appeal. So what is a 1989 D. Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition worth today? In the current coin market, most EF examples sell for approximately 10 cents to 50 cents. Many dealers price them only slightly above face value because they are readily available. Coins in about uncirculated condition may sell for a little more, while certified mint state examples with exceptional surfaces and strong strikes can bring much higher prices. Collectors especially pay premiums for coins certified with outstanding quality and the desirable full steps designation. Although normal circulated examples are inexpensive, there are still exciting discoveries to make. Some 1989 D. Jefferson Nickels display mint errors that collectors actively seek. These include off-center strikes, double dies, clip planchets, die cracks, die chips, and broad strikes. Genuine mint errors are much scarcer than ordinary coins and can sell for anywhere from several dollars to hundreds of dollars depending on the rarity, condition, and collector demand. Before assuming you have a valuable error coin, it is always wise to have it examined by an experienced coin dealer or a professional grading service. If you're checking your own 1989 D. Jefferson Nickels, examine them carefully under good lighting with a magnifying glass. Look for a clear D mint mark, sharp details on Jefferson's portrait, strong lettering, and unusual features that may indicate a mint error. Avoid cleaning your coins because cleaning almost always reduces collector value. Store better examples in protective holders to prevent scratches and additional wear. Proper storage helps preserve the coin's appearance and long-term value. In conclusion, the 1989 D. Jefferson nickel in extra fine condition is not a rare fortune, but it is still an enjoyable coin to collect and study. Most examples are worth only a small premium over face value, generally between 10 cents and 50 cents, yet unusual mint errors and top-quality certified specimens can be worth significantly more. Every coin tells part of America's history, and even common nickels can lead to exciting discoveries. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos about valuable U.S. coins. Keep checking your pocket change. You never know when you might discover a hidden treasure. Happy coin collecting!